Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, your host. Almost 3 years in the running. Over 1 million people have seen Milton Daily Homes, and it's amazing to bring this to you. Anyways, just wanted to say thanks, and we've got 17 listings coming off the weekend, and we have a guest star, so you have to tune in for that. 1479 Maple, number 208 starts us off. 1 bedroom plus a den at $232. Now, I mean, to put hardwood in here, we usually say it's about $5 a square foot plus maybe $1.50, $2 to install. So the number I always put in my head, $7 a square foot, and there you go. And it's very simple because some people say, "Oh, I don't like it. It's not a hardwood." Easy to fix. Okay, so the kitchen itself is a good layout. This is a good floor plan here. Even appliances are not hard to replace. You could sell these white ones on Kijiji for $500 and then put that towards your other appliances. It's really quite a simple thing, but some people get caught into that. I think this is a good price point. I think eventually this is probably going to be a pretty good investment property. It probably doesn't carry for very much right now, but if you stay here for 5 years and then hold on to it, and then you've built some equity and so on, it could be a good place to hang on to. So Wilson's next one up. We don't have any photos on it. It's 244.9. 3 bedroom, 2 washroom. It's got radiant heat, so you think about the radiators, and I think most of the ones in this complex are actually on electric baseboard. $324.96 is the maintenance fee, as it includes your water and basically the common elements. So you're still paying heat and hydro above. It's got a walkout basement. Overall, I think this one for the size for 1,250 square feet. I mean, the main value points on this one is you look and you say, okay, does it have a garage? Yes, it does. What kind of heating? And then the size, and that pretty much pulls out your value. And so these guys with a garage, with 3 bedrooms, walkout basement, and good heat, they should sell. That should be gone really fast. Main Street East, number 407, 289,900, and it's about 900 square feet. It's one of the bigger 1 bedrooms, and my problem with it is you could jump for 289 or 299 to a 2 bedroom. It does have the nice high ceilings, which you can kind of see in this angle here. I mean, the 4th floor is really nice. I mean, the ceilings really make a big difference on what you see in here. Now, it's I just think that I'd rather get a 2 bedroom. Now, it looks like it's almost 2 bedroom from here, so I don't know if they're calling it a 1+1, but I'd still rather get the official 2 and call it a day. Yeah, 1 bedroom plus a den. For me, the better option is even a smaller 2 bedroom is better, I think, from a resale perspective. Kavanaugh's 339, and there's no photos here. It's an end unit, so it's called a Brent Grove End, just under 1,300 square feet. There's no backyards on most of the 3-story homes, especially with the single-car garage like Ferguson or this stuff. It's a Mattamy Village townhouse, and it's got a really nice floor plan inside. So it's just that seems a little bit high based on what they've been selling for. It seems like they peaked out in sort of September, October, and then they fell down a little bit. So Gollins is 377.5. I've seen this model actually sell for around this price, but it was last year, so hard to say what's happening this year. I'll tell you, I was talking with a client about 2013 so far, and it's been really busy. We've seen homes sell for $20,000 over asking. We've seen multiple offers. And this early in January, I have a feeling it's going to be a busier spring. And I know that might run contrary to what a lot of people think. I think definitely the year overall doesn't look like it's going to be a huge growth year, but we've seen a lot of activity. And it kind of happened that way last year. I think it caught a lot of people off guard how busy it actually got. Tupper is 379.9. It's about 1,900 square feet, 3 bedrooms. Your family room is off the back with the walkout. Then you've got your kitchen with the eat-in. And upstairs, your master bedroom is the whole back of the house. You have a really nice big master bedroom. I don't know if it's my favorite floor plan. I think the parquet floors, kind of, I don't know a lot of buyers that love it, but I'll go back to the same advice we talked about on Condo 1, is it's easy to put hardwood floors in, especially for a square, simple space like that. And what I do know is the other ones with parquet have been selling $370, $375 last year. So they've definitely put it in a good spot. I mean, that's probably the right number. I can't see any other number that really makes sense. Fasken is at 405, 3 bedrooms, semi-detached. It is a larger three-bedroom. I just, you're a little close to the train tracks, which isn't a huge deal, but I just think if you're going to kind of get over the 400, yeah, they might be okay. I could see this one selling. There's not a whole lot for sale right now around the low 400s. You get this one at 422 on Shepherd. It's an 1,800 square foot semi-detached. Mattamy built it. Shepherd's a nice street because if you don't live on it, you don't really drive on it. So it can be a very, I like to call them, they're very street hockey friendly streets. And so depending on what it looks like inside, they may be a little higher. They might be right on. If it's really nice, they might get it. Ferguson is 464.9, just over 1,800 square feet, living, dining in the front. And then you've got your kitchen with the family room. And relatively clean, simple. I think the furnishing certainly looks good in the space. And you got 4 bedrooms on this one. We've seen a bit of an upswing on these ones too. The detached singles really had a tough time in the last part of 2012. There was a lot of competition. They were really beating each other down to get sold. And it kind of thinned out. And now we're starting all over again. So I think these guys should be positioned pretty well. It's in a good school district. I think they've got a lot going for them. Cobbin, I sold this model probably 2 years ago with very similar features, finished basement. It's 19 something square feet. And so when you come inside the house, we'll get an angle there, but that kitchen, I mean, it's even better than the one that I sold for $474 2 years ago. So it's actually, I think it's a great price. There's the loft upstairs above the garage. So if you look at the front, you can see the walkout balcony. There's 3 bedrooms here, and there's also a finished basement too. So great price. I know there was a lower sale recently on night that may be influencing that price, but I'll tell you, comparing across what else you get, 19 plus a finished basement, close to the highway, close to the GO train, I think it's a good listing. So Scott Boulevard 509, certainly not demonstrating the, I don't know if it brings out the best features of this home. I find everything just like, what's that showing? It's showing a desk. It doesn't show the room or anything like that. You've got California shutters there. Then there's a blurry photo, and then there's some dark photos. And actually the main floor looks nice and cozy, but there's not a lot of space here. Like, how do you arrange your furniture? It's a really tricky place to fit everything into. So yeah, 509, I just think there's better options out there. On paper, over 2,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, detached double garage at 509 looks good, but I think there's better options out there. Even the one on Savaline that we looked at last week. Now at 539, crank that up about $30,000, and you're looking at a 2,300 square foot home. It's a Plan 6. I've said many times in Daily Homes, this is one of my favorite models. So you walk in the front door and you go down the hallway. The first thing you're going to see on the left-hand side is a little office space, kids' playroom, office. It can be a flexible little area. Then you've got a dining room, open concept with the family room and the kitchen as well. And you've got your entrance from the garage. Done some moldings up on top of the cabinets there. Second floor has a loft plus 4 bedrooms plus laundry and 2 full washrooms. So it's a great floor plan, very efficient use of space. And at 539, I haven't seen, there was a model with siding on it at 526. It was a little bit bigger than this, but we haven't seen a lot of these lists lately. So I think these guys are going to sell pretty quick. It seems like it's right in the zone. This one on Caldwell is about the same size as that one, virtually identical lot. And a little bit further east, and what you're getting for 10,000 extras, you're getting a finished basement and probably not as nice of a color selection. The honey-colored cabinets aren't always as desirable as the darker cabinets for most buyers, but they do have the darker cabinets in the one washroom, and there's your finished basement too. So pot lights looks like it's been done reasonably well. Obviously, the only way to really tell is to go check it out in person. But that's good. For them to be under 550, I think, is a good solid spot for them. Posbu is at 599, so it's 2,500 to 2,600 square feet. It's a lot like the Wood Lily floor plan. It's got a decent kitchen in here. A flash, a professional photographer. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but it is what it is, and we have a sideways shot. So here's my guest star. Lionel, take it away. So there we go. Moving on, you've got a room that has exercise equipment, I guess. I don't know if that's really doing the best job for showcasing this one, but 80,000 in upgrades, you would never guess that by looking at those photos, even though it has a nice kitchen. Pro photos on that kitchen would have really made a difference. Nair and Circle is $699, and so it's a 4-bedroom detached home, double garage, obviously in this range. And we don't know anything else really beyond the fact it's between 25 and 3,000 square feet. Crozier's at $769. It's a great street park right down at the end of the road, and this model has, I mean, it's a 3,700 square foot home with a finished basement, 5 bedrooms, 5 washrooms, good solid location. I mean, it doesn't have a lot inside. I think when it was originally purchased, it was probably purchased on the high side. But you've got a separate living dining, a den on the main floor, you've got kitchen, family room, and all the bedrooms actually have en-suites attached to them. So $769, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw an offer on this one. They're probably not that far off. And this one on Chambers is an awesome one. It's just starting to get into its best season, which is obviously the pool season. It's a pie-shaped lot with a pool. The house itself is 3,300 square feet. There's no finished basement. And basically take every upgrade that Mattamy offered, and it's probably in this house. It's an absolutely beautiful, meticulously kept piece of property. I mean, every detail in this home has been done. I think the color choices are fantastic. The furniture really adds to the space. And there you go. In the pool, the interlock, the pool, the side, the fact that it's got a pie-shaped lot. I mean, this is a good. There's been times when this would have been underpriced, like last spring, and they tried it up in the 9s last year, and I don't think it worked out for them. But this, if I were to do the research, I could definitely justify why they're asking this price. I think that there's a lot of really nice features. Chambers, the same as Shepherd we talked about, is that it has a lot of privacy, in the sense that you're not really driving on Chambers if you're not going to visit someone, or if you don't live on the street itself. It's almost like all the neighbors look and say, hey, there's a new car on the street whenever they see somebody different. That's how unusual it is to see a car on that street. So it can be really good for families, and that is amazing. Okay, so good list today, and if you have any questions, give us a call at 905-693-9346 if you want to see any of this stuff. And thank you to Lionel Richie for guest starring today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.